Hey everyone, welcome to the Channel Wisdom Circle. How's everyone doing on this beautiful Monday? We are live on Instagram, Substack, and YouTube. Two different Instagram pages: the Real Monica Bey and Mystic Temple, and Substack, the Mystic Temple Substack, and the Mystic Temple YouTube page. So YouTube channel. Hey everyone. So welcome, welcome. Good to see you all. I see the comments popping. Hey Felicia. All right. So as we know, we are going to channel from the cosmic collective consciousness, and I never know what I'm about to say until I say it, so I'm just going to let it flow. So we're going to get into it today. They want to talk about past lives. Ooh, yes. So they want to talk about past lives because there's two different sides to the reality of past lives. First is a lot of people, when people think about past lives, they think about just either fun stuff like, okay, who was I in a past life? That's interesting and fun to know. And then some people take it deeper and say, okay, there are traumas from my past life, and how can I heal from those traumas in this life if I'm carrying them over into this life? And the third kind, which is what they really want to focus on today, is the recognition that from your past lives, you actually are carrying with you not just trauma, not just fun stuff, but knowledge, but experience, but skill and gift. And so they want to bring that point to you guys today because, again, a lot of people don't think of that. I'm not saying no one does, but a lot of people, that's not the first thing they think of when they think of finding out about past lives and things like that. So, first of all, let's just lay the ground, okay? If you don't believe in past lives, you're in the wrong life. you're, you're in the wrong temple, okay? You're in the wrong temple if you don't believe in past lives. If you think that you just die and you're just done and you're gone, or you go up in the clouds somewhere and that's it, then you're in the wrong temple, okay? So let's just make that clear. Bye, Felicia. All right. So if you if you believe in past lives, then you're in the right place. So in fact, one of the core points of our doctrine at Mystic Temple. Again, Mystic Temple is not a religion. We have a doctrine. We only have a doctrine so that you can get an idea. The doctrine only has a couple of like very basic kind of beliefs, core beliefs. If you don't believe in those beliefs, then this is not. Then you're not going to be ready, as the Book of Rashida says, and the Cosmic Collective Consciousness says. You won't be ready to receive what we are sharing because it won't resonate with you if you don't believe those things. But one of those things is definitely past lives, and the fact that the soul goes from lifetime to lifetime. And that's why one of the three pillars of life that the Cosmic Collective Consciousness gave us is soul growth. Soul growth is about moving from lifetime to lifetime and how your soul grows through that. But within that soul growth, know that your soul also carries with it knowledge. Every person, every animal, every interdimensional being that you have been in a past life, because we don't always incarnate here, okay? We don't always incarnate into human beings. So everything or living thing that you have been in from lifetime to lifetime is within you. All of it, all of that experience, everything that your soul has grown through. Right now, who you are, who your soul is, the being of light that your soul is, and at the stage that it is in its growth, is a compilation of all of its previous lifetimes and previous experiences, previous lessons, as well as traumas, right? But we're today we're going to focus not on the traumas. Today we're going to focus on the gifts that you already have within you. So sometimes when you are looking, I'm getting so many chills right now. So many times, sometimes when you are looking for inner strength, and you, as maybe you have a personality where, everyone has different personalities, right? And some people are naturally stronger than others in terms of willing to fight for themselves, willing to have the courage and things like that. And others are naturally less inclined to do that, and it's harder for them to do that. So if you are one of those people that are less inclined to do that, and I'm just using strength as an example, then you need inner strength at some point, and you need the courage to stand up for yourself. Know that you've been that person before. You've already, that knowledge, that energy, that information, that data is within you already. That personality is within you already. And all you have to do is tap in to your actual soul and begin to retrieve and call forth those qualities because it's already there. So this is a whole nother level to the saying that I've been saying is everything you need, you already have. There is no truer statement. Literally everything you need, you already have. So that includes characteristics of yourself. That includes courage. That includes self love. That includes all the things that you're looking for and searching for. Let's talk about that for a moment. We're always searching for things outside of yourself. You're always searching for things outside of yourself. You're always searching for something, right? Even within yourself, but you're not really searching that far within. You're searching on the surface, looking for, okay, I don't have that. How do I get it? What do I need to do? What do I need to do? You already have it. You need to activate it. You need to activate it within you. They want to remind you today that all of the qualities that you have, including gifts, including spiritual gifts that may not currently be turned on in this lifetime because it's not something that was just part of your definite 100% track, right, and path. But that doesn't mean it can't be recalled. That doesn't mean it can't be pulled up and activated. And that is also could be also part of your path to do that. And while you're in the soul contract right here on this live with me, okay, getting this message, all right, message. So I got to move my stuff around. All right. So understand that your soul itself has a lineage of light. That's what we're going to call it today. A lineage of light. Your soul has been through all the different things throughout history. And again, not always human, sometimes animals, sometimes trees, sometimes other planets, sometimes other things. But your soul has a lineage of life. So when we incarnate into this human body, we automatically get amnesia. At first, we remember a little bit. That's why children tend to see things more and be able to access things more. But and then as the more we sink into this illusion of reality, the more we sink into this illusionary reality, the more the ego accepts its identity, then we lose and we begin to forget and we have that amnesia. So this is a message to remember. And that's what this human experience is all about is waking up to your remembrance. And part of that remembrance is remembering your lineage of light, remembering that you have more than just this in front of you. And that also speaks to some levels of powerfulness versus powerlessness, because a lot of times when you are going through things and you're feeling like, oh my God, this is happening right now, and you're looking at your reality saying, this is all I have available to me, this is all this is who I've been, and these are my challenges, so on and so forth. Again, you're sinking into that illusion. You're sinking into the illusion of this particular reality, which is partly what we're supposed to do, but the challenge is to move out of that. And so as we're moving out of that, we have to remember our lineage of light, because once you remember your lineage of light, then you remember who you really are, first of all, and you remember what you can actually do. Because right now you don't consciously remember your past lives. Some of you may, but most people don't consciously remember their past lives. And you don't have to actually know, by the way. You don't have to go and get a past life regression in order to do what I'm telling you to do. That helps to know these things. You can definitely go get a past life regression. I do past life regressions. You can go to monicabey.com, or our one of our light guardians. She's called the Past Life Pilot, Ebony Goodrich. She is also on the Wisdom Network.net, another business that I created that is for a lot of, we have 14 different practitioners. Anyway, we're not going to get into all that. But Ebony does past life regressions as well. She does them very well and very different. I use hypnosis. She uses a different type of process. But anyway, if you wanted to get a past life regression, those are two options. You could get a past life regression, but what I'm telling you, is not, you don't, it's great to know your past lives, right? That's good. And it definitely helps, because then you can know exactly what to tap into. But I want you to remember, you also have all the answers inside of you. So I'm going to show you guys today how to tap into your soul remembrance. Okay. But when you tap in to your soul remembrance, what's the value there is you can search within for that inner strength, search within for that self-love, search within for that knowledge. I want you to also know that you have ancient knowledge within you, because unless you have only been here for the past couple hundred years with in your incarnations, which is less likely, okay, you have lived in an ancient time as well, with knowledge that's no longer available today. We think we know everything. We don't know everything. I channel stuff all the time from ancient beings and ancient spirits, and they confirm that what we think we know today is not what they were doing back then. So we only know what we can get our hands on physically, in terms of our physical knowledge that we can ascertain from teach from studying and things like that, from what other people have thought that they learned, right? But the reality is there are so many things in ancient times that is way better than the way we do things now, and we don't know because that knowledge has been lost. Okay, and so you have that knowledge inside of you. I'm just letting you guys know that you have that knowledge inside of you. So if you are going through something, or not even going through something negative, but you know that you need something within you, you are struggling with a part of your journey, and you know what that next part needs to be. You know that you need to heal. You know that you need to start doing this. You know you need to get rid of procrastination. You know, whatever those things are, you know these things to be true. But what are you doing about them, right? And you may be doing stuff. You may be going on long journeys or short journeys, but know that a part of that journey can definitely be tapping in, fully tapping in, right? So the Ascension Guide said, let the people know you won't find everything on Google. Go within. Yes. Thank you very much. Or AI. Okay. You're not going to find, because both the systems only know what's already available. Okay. They know what's already available out there. And again, the truth is not fully available out there because, man has adjusted it. We'll just say bastardized it, as the book of Rashida says. So it's important, in order to do this, though, it's important that you have inner trust. And we talk about that a lot. We talk about inner trust a lot because that is really the groundwork for everything that you're going to do in terms of empowerment. If you can't empower yourself, if you can't trust yourself, then you're not going to be able to stand in your power and use a lot of the tools that I'm telling you to use. So when you're going within, when you're looking for your soul's truth and for the different things inside of you, your soul is lodged here in the organ of your heart, not the heart center, but the organ of your heart. Okay. If you simply go into that with your awareness and begin asking questions, once you connect, you have to feel the connection first. Okay. Go in there. I want you guys to just do that now. Go in there go inside the organ of your heart, specifically looking for the source of the soul, right? So you go in there with your awareness, and you'll know. Don't think about how to do it, just do it. You'll know when you feel that, when you feel connected. And once you feel connected, begin whatever. I want you to think of right now something that you need, just whatever it is, something that you need, whether that's courage, whether that's an emotion, whether that is a knowledge, whether that is whatever. I want you to just go within and ask for that, or command it, really. And then notice what happens. Excuse me. Notice what happens when you do that. So if you ask for an emotion and or particular type of energy, you should have immediately felt, because it doesn't take long. This isn't something, again, like I was telling you guys the other day, it's a limiting belief to believe that everything has to take a long time. You should have felt that instantly, like literally a second later, as soon as you commanded it or asked for it. So, or requested it, whatever you want to say. So, so this is how you can start to actually activate these things within yourself from past lives, and also you can tune in, and you can also ask information about past lives as well. And some of you, depending on your psychic ability and how open you are and all of these things, remember, we have to be ready. Readiness is important. You have to have clear channels. Your vessel needs to be clear to really, really receive that information. So you can also do that. I'm teaching you guys how. I like to teach people how to fish, okay, so they can also do things on their own. But again, I'm available. So is Ebony at the Wisdom Network for any past life regressions if you guys want to do that. But they're fun and they're definitely helpful, but not 100% necessary to do what I'm telling you to do today. So um, with the knowledge, with the notion of and the just the acknowledgement of the reality that your past lives, your soul lineage is here to help you. I want to also backtrack on the other side of that in the parts that end up harming you in this life, because they wanted to focus more on the gifts versus the traumas, but we had to talk about the traumas. So we know that, or hopefully you guys know, if you don't, you're learning it for the first time, that certain things from past lives, especially deep traumas, your soul can carry into this lifetime, and those things can then affect you significantly. A lot of times they come up as phobias, they come up as triggers that you don't know why that's a trigger, because you can't attribute it anything to this particular life, anything that you know. um, there's a whole lot of things that it can happen, but those are like the most common ones: phobias and triggers, but also patterns as well, patterns of behavior that you may not know why you always do this, or this seems to be a pattern in your life. And then once a past life regression is done, you realize, like, oh, that's why. Because I've been repeating that from lifetime to lifetime. Why? Because I didn't learn the lesson. Message. Because you didn't learn the lesson. Yeah, that's why. That was my point the other day. And from the cosmic collective consciousness, you got to learn the message. You got to get the message. You got to learn the lesson, right? Or you do keep repeating things from lifetime to lifetime, as well as in your own life as well. So, but again, these things can affect you as well. And it's important to understand that those things need to be healed from. And those points of trauma can also serve as guidance to this life, in what not to do, in what lessons need to be completed, so that that chapter can be closed and you don't have to continue to carry that into the next life. So I want you guys to be really clear on that the traumas aren't just there as problems, they're also there as revealers, as revelations, to show you what you need to be working on in this life, to show you what chapters need to be closed, and so that you can have a better understanding of your soul lineage as well. And yes, those things still need to be taken care of, though. We're saying that they're helpful as well as detrimental, but at the end of the day, they still need to go. But the helpful part is important to recognize, because then you miss the point. Because a lot of times people are too busy fighting themselves, too busy fighting their traumas, too busy fighting um, the things they don't like about their life. Instead of, yes, you do need to fight them, you do need to get rid of them, but there's two sides to everything. There's a positive and a negative of every experience that you have, right? And negative and positive is only perception. I'm just using those terms because that's what everyone understands. But I don't believe anything is truly positive or negative, just to be clear on that. But there is a part that causes suffering, and a part that is an opportunity for you to grow. Excuse me, for you to grow and learn. And again, that's part of the soul growth. And that is why that's the third pillar in the three pillars of life, is soul growth, because that's super, super important. That's why we're here. That's one of the three reasons why we're here. Yes, thank you. The three pillars of life we have up on the screen. And it is the vessel, life purpose and soul growth. And those are the only things that matter in life. Everything else is supplementary. Everything else is just there. Doesn't mean other things aren't important, but those are the only three things that are actually truly, truly important to your incarnation. All right, thank you. So, with your legacy of light, also, I want you to know that, I'm sorry, lineage of light. Well, it is also a legacy. I want you to know that as you move forward into future lifetimes, this lifetime will then become part of that lineage. Okay, so I also want you to think of that when you are moving through life, when you are making decisions, when you are focusing on those three pillars. Do your future selves a justice, please. Do your future selves a justice. Do them a good one, okay, so that they won't have to repeat patterns. Because okay, once you start learning about your past lives, you're gonna be yelling at those past versions of yourself. You're gonna be like, really, really. So my point is, make sure that that you are focusing on what you are achieving in this life. Those three pillars are super, super important. Okay, this lifetime become part of the lineage. Yes, yes. And so, if you think of yourself as part of a lineage, you are one step on a journey of your soul. Okay, you are one of those steps. That's why I'm always telling you to let your soul be in the driver's seat. Okay, these are all little adventures that your soul goes through. Okay, don't make yours the worst one. All right. Be serious about your life. Don't take your life too seriously, though. That just because those three pillars are the most things that are the only things that are important in life, that doesn't mean have fun. That doesn't mean, you know, go and live a prosperous life. That doesn't mean don't do those things too. But if you keep those three pillars at the forefront of your life, understanding that nothing else actually matters. So whether or not you are prosperous in this life, that actually doesn't matter to your incarnation. It really actually doesn't. We think everything matters, but it actually doesn't matter to our soul's growth and our actual purpose of our life and stuff like that. Like these things that we hold as important, whether this person likes me or not, that doesn't matter. Okay, whether I, did whatever, none of the things that we think matter in our actual day-to-day life don't matter. And I'm going to bring you guys back to something that I said a long time ago. Some of you might be new and never heard this before, but there are two questions to ask yourself when you are stressing out about something, when you are flipping out about whatever, or you think something is the end of the world. Ask yourself two questions. All right. The first question is this going to matter in 10 years? The answer is usually no. Whatever you're stressing out about, the answer is no, usually. And the second question is this what I'm going to be thinking about on my deathbed? Usually the answer is no. So if both of those answers are no, leave it alone, let it go, and stop stressing out about it. Because the only three things that matter are your vessel, your soul growth, and your life purpose. And if those two answers to those questions are no, then that's confirmation that these things don't matter. Because if it really actually mattered, you'd be thinking about it on your deathbed. You would also be it would also still matter in 10 years. And so again, a lot of times we focus on things that don't matter, and that's what causes even more suffering. And so when you and in your soul's lineage, there's a lot of suffering, right? But as your soul grows more and more with each incarnation, depending on the incarnation, the opportunity is for less and less suffering. The opportunity is for more and more elevation and more evolution. So just keep all of that in mind. Okay, Kira said she needed to hear this live. Yes, got to crack up at self. That's right. That's right. All right. So when you're making decisions in your life, make sure that you are making decisions with all of this in mind as well. That you are one step on your soul's journey. That this lifetime will be eventually a part of your soul's lineage, and that you have a lineage beforehand. And you can use the knowledge and energy and information and personality traits and energies, because all of that is energy that exists within the soul, and bring that out within yourself. And at Mystic University, we call this a form of shape shifting. um, it's really about encapsulating a different vibration of energy. So this vibration of energy is not you as you are today with your name and your ego and your identity, but it is a previous one, but tied to your soul that is the source of all. So therefore, you can take that energy and encapsulate it and embody it and become it, even if just for a few moments that you need it for, or for a whole year, or forever, how long you want to. But understand that you are fully in control over that. You have the ability to do that. There's nothing that can stop you from doing that. So we're clear. There's no one you have to pray to get to it. There's no one's permission you have to ask. Okay. This is all you. This is your birthright. Understand this. So this is a message that the Cosmic Collective Consciousness really wanted you guys to have today, because clearly some of you guys are going through some things that you need to be using this for, okay? And again, it doesn't even have to be, right, you have everything you need. It doesn't even have to be something crazy that you're going through, but if there's something that you know you need and you're like, "Ooh, if I just had this, then then I would be able to do this, this, and this," something about yourself, right? If I had this knowledge, or if I had this gift, or if I had this uh, um, energy or personality or emotion or willpower, whatever it is. So I want you to ask yourself, this is what I like to have people do. I want you to ask yourself, um, if you had a genie that was right in front of you, that's like, yes, let me give you 3 wishes, okay? What would your 3 wishes be? I want you to think about that. I want you to think about that really good right now. What would those 3 wishes be? And whatever those 3 wishes are, I want you to write them down. Whatever those 3 wishes are, you're going to give them to yourself. Ooh, yes, you are. Hold on now. Message. Yes, you are. You're going to give them to yourself. Why? Because you have the power to. You have the power to. Your soul has the power to. So, whatever those 3 wishes are, give them to yourself. Tap into your soul. Activate it. Whatever that is. Whatever that is. And if that's some type of manifestation in your life, know that everything starts from within. So, what do you need to do within to get to start getting to to get that wish fulfilled? What do you need to change from within? If you don't currently have if you don't think you have it, and whatever that is that needs to be in here, your soul has it. Get it. Message, right? So get it. You have everything you need. You have everything you need. So I want to hear back from you guys about your 3 wishes and what happened and how you got it. I want to hear all about that. Join the Telegram group if you're not already in the Telegram group. We also talk a lot about this stuff in the Pathways program, Pathways to Divine Consciousness and Fulfillment program, which is a partnership between Mystic Temple and Mystic University. Definitely check that out. There's so many amazing growth opportunities and evolutions happening every single day in that program. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. Have a wonderful day. And I wanted to remind you guys that we have a LG talk coming up this Saturday with Dominic Holmes. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Right here, removing the mask of the shadows, embodiment of your divinity. This is going to be very, very powerful. For those of you who don't know Dominic, you should, because he's about to tear down the house. Okay. All right, guys. I'll talk to you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.